For me, I actually had a surrogate. So somebody else carried my baby.
I'm not trying to be rude. No, back of my mind, I'm like, when did she have a baby? No. I'm like, when did she have a baby?
I gotta be honest. I've tried to have a baby for 6 years. I was trying, went through every kind of fertility treatment you could imagine. And it took so much time that low key, I think there's half guilt and half like the desire that I wanted to have a baby so bad that I want to do everything myself. Do you know what I mean? Like people were like, will you have a nanny? Will you have somebody help you? A night nurse? Or I wanted to do everything because I felt like, well, damn, I didn't even carry the baby or push it out. The least I could do is stay up in the midnight hours with the baby. And there was a part of me that felt like guilty that I didn't carry the baby. So I felt like I wanted to
But it wasn't
do
by
everything
choice.
I could. I know, but
It
I
wasn't by
also,
choice.
yeah, that's true. That was like my last option.
Yeah.
do you have like a real strong connection?
And the crazy thing is,
Because I don't even know how therapists work.
Okay, so I did IVF, which is they took my eggs out of my body, my husband's sperm, and pretty much created my child in a petri dish. And
So
then,
did you pick boy or girl? I'm sorry.
So pretty much IVF works like this. You get a bunch of hormones injected into you that help to stimulate your egg production. And then you find out how many eggs you got. A lot of my girlfriends that have done IVF, the most they get, like they'll get like 22 eggs. The most I ever got was 6. And that's not a lot for like the average woman, especially for someone of my age. So from there, they will take your husband's sperm or your boyfriend's sperm, your man's sperm, and then they fertilize those eggs. For me, all 6 of them would fertilize, but then they would do genetic testing on them and see if they were normal, if they had all their chromosomes. Some of them wouldn't. The first time I ever did it, I got nothing. So you pay a whole lot of money, which is wild.
Oh, you gotta pay every time you do it?
Yes.
Girl. And do you get to pick boy or girl?
Nope, if you don't get nothing, you don't get nothing. You don't have boy or a girl. And the first time I did it, I had nothing. I remember I was actually at a hair salon and I was talking to the girl that was doing my hair and I was so hyped because it was my first time doing it. And I was just excited to find out, like, what did I get? Did I get boys? Did I get girls? And at the time, I was still so hopeful. And it was a new experience for me because I didn't know anybody in my family had never gone through fertility issues. I'm Latina. You think you look at a Latina and she's going to get pregnant. I got hips. You know, like, I thought that this was going to be such an easy journey for me. And it was so hard, but I tried to like find things to get excited about. And so I was like, I wonder what I got. Do I have girls? Do I have boys? And I remember talking to my hairstylist and being like, the doctor's gonna call me today and tell me what I got. And it went from like being excited to literally him being like
Disappointed, like
so
waiting on something.
I got nothing. Like none of your embryos are normal. Like we can't do anything with these. You actually have to sign paperwork that says, do you want to discard the embryos? Like it was wild. And it was just, in that moment, I was in shock. I was mad. I low-key was like, they want more money. Like I was coming up with all these theories in my head, like, oh, they know I got money. So they just trying to get me to do another cycle.
I can see
so
that,
that I had conspiracy
I would've
theories
did that
all day.
that would've-
I would have did that shit.
Yes.
That would have been the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, I was like, wait, no. Because then I was thinking to myself, and I know this sounds wild, but you go through different phases of like, at first I was disappointed, then I was mad, then I wanted my money back, then I was like, they're trying to play me for, like, it was wild, like the things I went through.
I would honestly believe that.
Right? So
Yeah.
I didn't get to pick initially, so I ended up doing IVF 8 times. 8 times. So you
So you
shoot
paid
yourself
8
up.
times?
Yes. Yes. And it's crazy because I actually know so many people that that's not even an option for them. Like imagine women out there who are going through these kinds of things and they don't have that type of money to do that. So I actually ended up creating a foundation called the Faith and Familia Foundation, and we raise money so that women can actually have the opportunity to hopefully get different fertility treatments.
Yes.
But it's so
No, that is.